good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody's doing well wherever you are and wherever it is you're tuning in from. Thank you so much for joining. We are back for another episode of the Resuscitation Room. So, welcome back. I am happy to have you here for our 8th episode. It is moving fast. Actually, we had a couple of weeks off, so we would have been like at our 10th episode, but that's okay. It's still moving quickly. We're getting it in, we're making progress, and I'm really happy that I can show up for you all each and every week so that you can get these gems, right? Thank you for showing up here on Facebook. Hello, Facebook fam. Hello, LinkedIn peeps. Hey there, Insta fam. Hi there, YouTubers. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. Again, this is the Resuscitation Room, your weekly dose of business vitality. This is your sanctuary where we are breathing life back into businesses and legacies on the brink. This is where we are going from flatline to frontline, right? It is in this room that dreams get a second chance, not just to survive, but to thrive. And that's really important, right? So you already know what to do if you are not new here. Go ahead and grab your favorite breakfast beverage. I am drinking something cold this morning because it's been super hot out here. And so I got to keep myself cool. I got to keep myself hydrated. I got my green juice today. So I got the green stuff, okay? And so if it's coffee for you or some hot herbal tea or just some water to stay hydrated, whatever that might be, go ahead and get that right now, okay? And cheers, right? Listen, you already know what to do. Go ahead and pull up a chair, sit on the couch, and come close to me. Let's get comfy and cozy and ready for this conversation, okay? Because this is your series, your front row seat to turning critical conditions into unparalleled successes. It is every single week that we are peeling back the layers to these conventional success narratives, right? To reveal that heart pumping, soul stirring truth beneath it all. We are going to get down and dirty with it. We are going to get to the underlying issues that's keeping you stuck. Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon on the East Coast. I'm here in SoCal on the West Coast. So, hey, thanks for joining. Go ahead and invite your biz besties, your entrepreneur entourage, and let's go ahead and get this discussion popping. Okay, like I said, we are going to be getting to the truth of whatever's going on that's keeping you still stuck and stagnant. We got to start talking about these things, right? In other words, I am throwing you a lifeline and I need you to grab hold to the lifeline so I can reel you in and help you save yourself, right? We are going to be helping you empower you to revive your empire and to elevate your life. So, as you arrive, hashtag live. As you arrive, hashtag live. And be sure that if you're catching me at a later date on the replay, that you hashtag replay. I have a hard stop at, let's see, in exactly an hour. So a little less than an hour. So we're going to try to keep this to about 45-ish minutes long, definitely no longer than an hour. If you can't stay the whole time, I understand. No hard feelings. Jump off when you need to and then come back and catch up with this episode, okay? And then make sure you leave some comments. Listen, if you are true to me, if you're true to me, be sure to drop true in the comments, okay? And let me know that you've been rocking with me for a long, long minute. And if you're new here and you're, just now getting here, first time seeing me live, never checked out my page before, help yourself, have at it. But thanks for joining me. Welcome and welcome back. In case you don't know me, let me know, first of all, where it is you're tuning in. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick introduction for those of you who I'm just meeting. So hello there, Katrina Marie here, also known as the Boss Chick Biz Coach and your fearless leader. I am a holistic business coach and an RN health and wellness educator, and I help successful career women and high achieving women entrepreneurs build an aligned and profitable online brand and business that is in alignment with their passion and purpose, but without sacrificing their soul and sanity or compromising their health and happiness, okay? And so I have been doing this work for a really long time, okay? A really long time. In fact, worked in corporate America for 30 long years, 25 years as a nurse, 20 plus years in leadership, And in a very variety of leadership roles in the healthcare industry. I have done it all. My background is very well versed. You've heard me tell the story before if you've heard any of my live streams, so I'm not going to go through the whole gamut of it all, but I've done a lot and I've done it for a very long time, right? I specialize in a lot of things. I have the whole alphabet soup of credentials behind my name, okay? So I am definitely well positioned and well qualified to do this work. But I have also been in the consulting and coaching space for over a decade. And that includes about 8 years now running and owning and operating my own business, Shared Visions by Katwa. I've been doing that for a really long time here in the online space. And mental health and wellness happens to be near and dear to my heart. So that's something that I'm a huge advocate for, as well as domestic violence intervention. So, I talk about all of those things, right? And I've also been on my own healing journey for many, many years. But back in 2020, as you have heard me talk about, if you caught me on the kickoff call for this live stream series, I talked about the dreaded D's that hit me back to back, below the belt, you know, sucker punched me, all of the things, right? I talked about all the dreaded D's that happened. And it is at that point in time in my life that I decided to take a self-care sabbatical. I needed it. My soul needed it. And it literally saved my life. Okay. So if you hadn't listened to that episode, go back and listen to that one for sure. Because then I go deeper into my story, but I'm not gonna like go through that again on this episode because I want to jump right in. But I say all that to say because I know firsthand what it's like to be burnt out at the bedside as a nurse. I know what it is like as a leader to be battling in the boardrooms, especially if you're, very few of you, only one of you perhaps that looks like you, that looks like us. You know what I'm saying? Like you're the only brown or black person in the room. Okay. Especially if you are a woman of color, and a woman who is of the LGBTQ plus community. And I fit in all of those categories. And so I do truly understand what it is like to be battling in the boardrooms when you are the minority over the majority. I also know what it is like to be busy and bogged down in business as a business owner, as a businesswoman. And unfortunately, I also know what it is like to be taking care of women, particularly women of color, women over 40, women again of the LGBTQ plus community who have experienced a significant amount of stress in their life and a lot of burnout. And so the headaches, the headaches, the heartaches, the health issues that oftentimes you are experiencing is usually symptoms of the hustle and excessive hard work. I am anti-hustle and struggle and pro health and happiness over here. Okay. I used to be a part of the hustle team. I was a part of Team No Sleep and all of that. I bought into all of those horrible messages, sleep when you die and all of that crap. No more. Gone are the days. Okay. That is in my rear view mirror. Okay. And so, but some of you are still operating from that level of awareness because you think that that is the only way, because that is what they teach a lot of in this space, unfortunately. And so because of that, I have taken care of a lot of women who end up in the hospital due to the stress and the burnout. And that is very real. And I want to continue to talk about that here in this space. And because oftentimes, too, what happens is women come in who work in hostile work environments, they have toxic jobs, that disrupts their home life, right? But if in fact they also have hostile home life environments, then that is like a double whammy, right? They have no outlet because they're getting it at home, they're getting it in the workplace, and they have not really anywhere else to go. So believe me when I tell you, again, I say all this to say, just to give you some background as to what, my story was like and where I've come from and the work that I've done and why I actually created my proprietary system, the Legacy Ladder Framework, which is really designed to revive your business and renew your life. It is what I am coining as the AED and CPR, or CPR and AED, whichever way you want to say that, of entrepreneurship. Okay, because it is really truly saving women's businesses and lives, because that's what we are here to do in the resuscitation room, right? So I'm doing this live stream series for that reason, but also because it is the conversation that women are craving. It is the conversation that we are having anyways in our households. in our households, in the privacy of our homes, amongst our communities, amongst our peers, amongst our colleagues, right? We are having them in private. We're oftentimes not telling people that we're going through the same struggles and the same similar issues that others are going through, because we don't feel we have that. Some of you are like going through that feeling of shame and guilt, right? And not wanting people to know. You want to look like you have it together on the outside, but then on the inside, you are crumbling. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want you to know it's okay to have these conversations, because we need to start normalizing these conversations. You know what I'm saying? We cannot pretend any longer that we are not going through these issues as women collectively, right? It's not just individually. And I know that because I'm talking to people all the time, be it clients, be it colleagues, be it, whomever it is I'm interacting with, family members, friends, like we're women, again, collectively are going through it, but we think because we're not talking about these things out loud in an open forum, and because we don't necessarily have a safe space to do so, we are just having these conversations in the background, right? But I know, because I'm having these conversations pretty much all day, every day with women. So I understand that this is a conversation that women crave. They're stimulating conversations that need to be had. And it is necessary, absolutely necessary, to save your soul. When you build a sisterhood, you can do just that. It is about building community, a community of women, a community of sisters, women of color in particular. And despite the color of your skin, we need to come together and unite to make sure and understand that we are all here for each other. We need to lift each other up. We need to empower each other. We need to embrace each other. And we need to make sure that we are also telling the truth about what it is what we're going through when it comes to our challenges and struggles, okay? Because we are no different. I don't care what level of success you have reached, So that's really why we're doing this. So for those of you who are A-type personalities, high achievers, overperformers, doing the most, wearing all the hats and doing all the things to secure the bag and a better future and a brighter future for yourself and your family, I get that. I get that. I completely do. Believe you me, I really and truly get it. However, if you are also having a demanding career that is wearing you down, right? If you also have family members who take up your time, ill family members, aging parents, adult children who need your help, someone who you might know who's in crisis, your own mental capacity and perhaps medical condition, whatever you might be going through right now, and holding down your household on top of all of that, that can be a hell of a lot, right? A lot to bear the burden. And so I want you to know that while you're securing the bag, it is okay to also crave that pleasure that you've been longing for, that peace of mind, the power, the control you want back, right? And the bigger profits that you want to make. Because at the end of any given day, you want to be making money. You know what I'm saying? Bigger profits for sure. And so it is so, so critical to your success that you breathe life or allow someone to help you, give you the CPR and AED that you need. Again, that's what we're doing here in the resuscitation room, so that you can breathe life back into your business, your life, and your legacy. And I am here to help you do just that. Okay. So my main priority is today and always will be, as long as I do this work, is to put or remind you to put your health and your healing and your happiness first, always. Okay. While securing the bag. Because if you don't, that is going to affect your bank account and your bottom line, is it not? Right. So we want to make sure that we're always good first before we take care of anything and everybody else. Because oftentimes that's what's happening. We're taking care of everybody else first and everything else first, but we're putting ourselves on the back burner. And we've got to stop doing that. We've got to stop doing that. Okay. We want to make sure that you are living holistically well and ensuring that your life is truly in harmony. So once you learn how to heal through that, which is what I teach, right, then that helps you to, oh, my gardener, he picks the best times to come. Anyhow, he's going to have to wait. So yeah, so I just want to make sure that, again, that you're holistically well and that you're living your life in harmony, and you do that through healing, putting your health first, and definitely putting your happiness first. All right, so it is still July, y'all. It is still July. Happy July once again. We're midway through. Oh my God, like time is ticking, okay? It is moving and shaking and doing, like time is doing what it do. And so we got to do what we got to do, but we are still celebrating our independence and freedom all month long and all year long. I need y'all to hold on to that, okay? So I'm still representing in my red, white, and blue. Well, I don't got my red, white, and blue on there, but I got it on my nails, all right? Still representing independence and freedom. So that's what we're doing, because we are the first generational curse breakers, right? And generational wealth makers and legacy leaders. And I am here for all of it, hunty. Okay. And so we got to get out of the struggle, y'all. We got to get out of the struggle. And I don't necessarily mean struggle in the way that you might be thinking, right? But in whatever way it is happening for you, we got to get off the struggle bus, period. We have to get on the abundance bus. Okay. And matter of fact, let's call it the abundance limousine. Okay. We are getting chauffeured around in the limousine of abundance. That is what we are doing over here. So let's get into it. All right. Quick recap about last week's episode. In case you missed it, we talked about vision to victory and crafting goals that propel you forward. So if you missed that or any other episode in this series, like I said, we're in our 8th episode right now. So if you haven't caught it before now, go back starting from the beginning, check out the kickoff episode, and then, catch up with the other 7 episodes, and then, just come back, catch up, keep up, all the things, and then make sure that we are moving forward. So hello again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you are tuning in from, whatever time it is for you. Thanks for joining me live. All right, how's the lighting looking over here on my IG page? Because sometimes it's just so weird. My comments go away. Okay, but I see some of you who have joined here, and I appreciate you being here. The lighting looks a little dim sometimes, but then when I look at it after the fact, it looks fine. So if it at any point in time you can't hear me or see me clearly, let a sister know, okay, so I can hopefully correct that. And if not, then I guess you guys will just have to. Oh, thank you, Vanessa, for letting me know, for hopping over here. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if we're looking good. All right. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right. And so, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See, my Vanessa, I just love her. That is my side chick right here. We doing the thing. Vanessa is my moderator. She is one of my VAs, and she is amazing. All things amazing. So thank you, Vanessa. You are on top of it. All right. So like I said, if you've missed any of my episodes, go back, keep it cool. It's okay, because I do have a whole replay page. We can drop that in the link for you, or drop that link for you to go ahead and register so you don't miss any of the live episodes. When I do go live, you will get notified. You will get an email. You will get a text message. Okay, it's all in the automation. And then you will also be able to go back and watch the the replays for the live stream show. All right. Today, we are talking about legacy leaders, cultivating a mindset for monumental impact. And so if you are ready to be remembered for your impact and create a foundation for your future generation and your future generation, then stick around, because that's what we're going to be talking about. We are going to get into it. We're going to be exploring how to think big, how to act boldly, and how to transform your aspirations into a brilliant, long-lasting legacy. So, again, the title of this discussion today is Legacy Leaders, Cultivating a Monumental or a Mindset for Monumental Impact. Cultivating a Mindset for Monumental Impact. You know what I find interesting? I find it interesting as leaders that we often talk about mindset, right? We talk about mindset a lot. We talk about a growth mindset. We talk about a fixed mindset. We talk about money mindset. We talk about a mindset shift, all things mindset. But what I don't hear us ever talking about, and if we are talking about it, we're not talking about it enough, but I literally have never heard of anybody really talking about a legacy mindset. And I find that interesting. I also find it ironic because we talk a lot about creating generational wealth and legacies, right? So I don't see how we cannot make this a part of our continued conversation on a frequent and routine basis, considering one of our biggest reasons why we ever exit corporate America and build businesses is so we can secure a better future for ourselves and for our loved ones and leave a legacy for them, for the next generation, and for them to be proud of, and to basically continue where we left off, right? How can we not continue or have this a part of our everyday discussion? I believe in creating the legacy of our lifetime so much, so much, that I created an entire program around it. It is called the Legacy Leaders Lab. And I created an entire framework around this so I can teach you how to build a legacy as well. It is my CPR and AED framework. Thank you, Vanessa. My CPR and AED framework. And it is what makes my legacy ladder proprietary system my secret sauce to my success and how I get you winning results. Okay. My secret sauce and getting you winning results. And so if you want to learn more about that, it is a 30-day program. Vanessa dropped the link right here. I can teach you exactly in my holistic strategy session on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern, exactly how I can help transform your life. And so it's free, but you do got to register because, again, I only allow so many people to book. I like to keep it quaint and cozy, an intimate setting so that we can have each other's undivided attention. Okay. So, again, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you can learn more about that program in my holistic strategy session, which is, in short, an info session for you to learn and for us to get better acquainted and for me to find out how exactly it is that I can support you along your entrepreneurial and life journey. All right. So let's talk really quickly about the importance of a legacy mindset, because cultivating a mindset focused on legacy and focused on impact is really, again, crucial for your long-term success, because a legacy-driven mindset can help you be more strategic in your leadership. More strategic in your leadership as you think about the long-term consequences of your short-term decisions, because the decisions you make today will have an impact on your tomorrow, right? The decisions you make today will have an impact on your tomorrow. So the work we are doing now and the contributions we make to humanity should really be about leaving a lasting, memorable impression and a positive impact for those around us, right? Because after all, like, the term legacy in and of itself is defined as something transmitted by or received from an ancestor or a predecessor or from the past. So, as a leader, our responsibility then is to honor and uphold the legacies that were left to us by our ancestors. Or if we are the first generational wealth maker, or the first generational curse breaker, or the first legacy leader, which many of us are, then we are obligated to honor our ancestors for paving the way for us to have the freedom to finish what they started, and then to pass the baton to the next generation to continue the marathon. So having a legacy-driven mindset is a choice and a conscious decision that we need to be making every single day, because we owe it to our creator, we owe it to our ancestors, we owe it to our children and our children's children, and we owe it to ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? Okay? It is our obligation and responsibility to do that. In fact, I joined a mentorship program at the beginning of this year. There were so many reasons I can go on about this program. Okay, this program was everything. Okay, you hear me? Everything. But I joined for, I won't go into all the reasons because that would just be a long list. And I told you I'm going to keep this to about 45 minutes or so. But the primary reason I joined this particular mentorship program, because I was presented with more than one mastermind, mentorship, coaching programs, all the things. But the primary reason I joined this one was because their entire focus was on legacy building, was on Black wealth, was on financial freedom, which was very much in alignment and is very much in alignment with my goals and my aspirations, my lifetime goals and aspirations. Like this program sums it up beautifully. And so I made a few investments this year in coaching and mentorship programs, masterminds, but this by far, I'd have to say, I would willingly admit, this has been the best investment I made this year alone, and possibly the best investment I have ever made in this business since being in business, this business. And maybe even one of the best investments I made in a lifetime. Like it is that good. Okay. Everything that I learned in this program, it was so valuable. It was both valuable and invaluable. And it has helped me to get a tremendous head start in building wealth for me and my family. So, as a leader, I strongly encourage you to make smart investments for yourself and for your family and for the generations to come, right? So that you can be much further along than you are right now, too, and solidify your legacy. Okay? We've got to start thinking big and we got to act boldly, y'all. We've got to, because that's what's going to really and truthfully get us further ahead sooner rather than later. Right? They talk about, all the get rich quick schemes. And while I'm not into schemes and scams, I damn sure don't want to get rich slow. And wealthy? No, I don't want to get wealthy slow. I want to make it fast as I possibly can because time is moving whether we're moving or not, right? So that's what I'm about. Taking big, thinking big, and acting boldly. Can we agree to do that for the remainder of this year? If you've been playing small, can you agree to think big? In fact, think bigger and act more boldly. Okay. Last week, we talked about the power of visualization. We talked about the positive affirmations, right? And how that has a significant impact on our mindset and our motivation. We also talked about clarity and SMART goals, and I broke all that down all the way down. So go ahead and catch that episode if you missed it last week, and you can understand what I'm talking about with regard to that. But this is going to be somewhat of a continuation of that part of the conversation, right? Just so that we can take it a step further or take it up a notch, okay? Because we can only bolster boldness when we cultivate clear intentions. We can only bolster boldness when we embrace challenges and thrive in the face of adversity. We can only bolster boldness when we learn from our experiences, our past and our present. We can only bolster boldness when we properly heal and do the internal work so we can expedite our external success. We can only bolster boldly when we take direction and purposeful action and when we seek the advice and the feedback and mentorship from other leaders and stop acting like we are in this journey alone and that we can do all the things by ourselves, right? That is what we need to help us think more boldly and to take or think think bigger and take more bold action, right? Bolder action, think bigger, bold action, right? You're also going to need to overcome fear to take bold action, and that is going to require something of you. It is going to require you to acknowledge the fear and not act like it doesn't exist. We can't pretend like it doesn't exist, y'all. It does exist, and we need to deal with it. We have to face and feel the fear, right? Meaning we need to confront whatever it is that we fear. What scares us? Why does it scare us? We need to explore the fear, right? Discover the underlying issue, discover what the fear is connected to. We need to develop a growth mindset, and we need to take calculated risk, right? And so when we are talking about thinking big and acting boldly, that also includes innovation and creativity. It includes working together in a harmonious way. It means that we want to leverage both innovation and creativity, right? Because that is how we truly foster a culture and a cycle of continuous improvement along our entrepreneurial journey, because that is what drives our entrepreneurial success. So, as you consider building a foundation for future generations, creating systems and structure ensures the longevity of your monumental impact, and that should also be top of mind. Structure, system, and strategies, y'all, in case you hadn't heard, ladies, that is the new sexy. That is the new sexy, darling. Yes. Structure, systems, and strategies is the new sexy, because that equates to ease, and ease is sexy. Ease leads to peace of mind, and at the end of any day, and the day does have to end, peace, internal peace especially, is what we all long for at this big old age. At this big old age, peace is what we long for. Ease is what we long for, right? And that is what we are embracing. And as I mentioned earlier, mentorship and sharing knowledge, these are the key factors for building a solid foundation for future generations and building a strong organizational culture as well. Okay. So as I was learning from the mentorship program that I joined at the beginning of the year, I immediately started getting into radical action. Immediately. I was like, I'm not playing games. I'm not wasting no time. None. Okay. I'm about my business. Let's get into radical action and make it all happen. And that's exactly what I did. I immediately got into radical action, but I also shared that wealth of knowledge that I was learning with my son. That was hugely important to me. Hugely important. All right. Each one teach one, right? At our best, we are all teachers, and we should always be teaching the next generation. We should always be teaching our children. We should always be teaching our loved ones, those around us. So I was also incorporating what I was learning into my company with the assistance of my team, so that my business could grow, so that my business could flourish, so that my business could be more profitable, so that my organization would grow exponentially. And thankfully, I have a team to help me execute my big vision, my boldness, my big thinking, my visionary mindset, my legacy mindset. It allows me to stay in that place while they do all the time-consuming, tedious tasks in the background, so that it doesn't keep me doing those things, because then I end up being a busy and burnt out Barbara, right? a busy and burnt out business owner, a busy and burnt out businesswoman. I don't want no parts of that. I've had my fair share of it, trust and believe, especially in the beginning years of my business. I burnt myself the hell out, and I refuse to do that again. It is a bad place to be. It was not a good look. It didn't feel good to my soul either. But incorporating, again, innovation and creativity, both of these approaches position you as the leader and as the business owner to set yourself up for long-term success. And that is what we have got to strive for, long-term success. We don't want at any time, we should never be setting ourselves up for failure. Right? And I also want to highlight the role of social responsibility and giving back to our communities as a leader. Because when we have to be contributing to the welfare of our communities. It is like the primary principle we should be living by, because it's also our responsibility, and we should be holding ourselves accountable to making this world a better place than it was when we got here. So as we are transforming aspirations into lasting legacies, we need to be aligning daily actions with long-term goals and visions, right? To help ensure that every action we're taking, every intention we have is supportive of our end goal. Remember, last week, we also talked about starting with the end goal in mind, right? And you guys have heard this, starting with the end goal in mind. That's like been a saying for years. But it's truth to that, right? And we talked about that last week. So if we're ever going to get there, the end goal, the ultimate destination, the final destination, whatever you want to call it, our actions and our intentions must match. I'd like to share with you just a few quick strategies that will help you maintain focus and perseverance as you continue to strive for building a successful legacy. Just a few, okay? And one of those is to focus. Sounds so simple, right? Focus on what? Focus. What? I am focused. What do you mean? Focus on one task at a time. Yeah, I knew you didn't know I was going to say that. One task. Girl, I'm a multitasker. I am the queen of multitasking. I know. But how's that working out for you? Because you can get so much further ahead when you're really focusing on the one thing at a time. In fact, it is a whole entire book. I cannot remember. I knew I was going to do this. That book, it just hit me. I'll try and remember the author's name and recommend it. If I remember, when I remember it, or if I have to research it, I'll let you know. I actually have the book. Let me see. Do I have it right here? Nope. Okay. I'm going to get the name of this book for this, called The One Thing. Gary Keller, what's his name? It almost came to me. Anyways, I'm going to drop that in the comments when I find it. Okay. It is a game changer, y'all. If you have never read The One Thing, or the power of one thing, something to that effect, game changer. I love this book. Got to get it. But back to what I'm saying, focus. Focus on the one thing at a time. Okay? Because you get so much further ahead. Instead of multitasking, you reduce stress, you reduce anxiety, you actually make real progress, and you start to see the fruits of your labor. And that's really important, because you don't want to just be doing all this work and feeling like you're getting nowhere fast, right? You want to make sure you're actually seeing the fruits of your labor. Then also develop routines to help you stay on track with the priority goals, especially, okay? And to allow yourself, because I know there are competing priorities, but there's some goals that do priority goals that take precedence over others, right? You got to focus on those first, if those are the things that are helping you move the needle faster to get to your end goal sooner, okay? Develop routines that's going to help you stay on track with that, and to keep yourself in control, to keep you feeling in control of your situation, right? And it also builds up momentum. And it also is important that you build breaks into your routine, because if you don't make that a part of your routine, then you're going to be getting back to being just busy, busy, busy and burning yourself out. So build in breaks as a part of your daily routine. Okay, then manage your energy more than your time. I'm going to say that again so you don't miss that message. Manage your energy more than your time so that you can show up at your best, be your best, do your best work when you are feeling your best, no matter what time of day is or how long it takes you to complete the project that you're currently working on. When you manage your energy more so than your time, because you can't always manage time, right? And while you're one person and there's only so much time in the day, it's not but so much time you can manage. I mean, you can, but, and I'm not saying you can't manage your time. I'm not saying that it's not a such thing as time management. Of course there is. But I personally find that when you manage your energy over managing your time, that is really when you show up as your best and do your best work, regardless of the time factor. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So work on that. And then finally, do yourself a favor and celebrate, girl. Celebrate the milestones and reflect on your progress, no matter how big or how small. Because on your entrepreneurial journey, you're going to continue to do the work. You've got to do the work to get there, right? You've got to. There's no shortcuts here, unfortunately. The closest thing to a shortcut is to hire somebody else who's already been where you want to be. That's hiring a business coach. That's mentorship, right? That's peer feedback. But celebrating your milestones along the way is really, really important, because if we're just working and we're not taking a moment to be in the moment, the present moment, and enjoy the progress we've made so far, then I mean, what are we doing this all for? So this is a powerful motivator for keeping the momentum, first of all, but for keeping you moving forward, right? Because now you can take that feeling of celebration and the journey and where you are in the journey so far, the mile marker that you've hit, and celebrate that. That is something to be celebrated. We can't just skip over that. It's also a way for you to continue making positive changes, right? It's a good reminder that along the way to your final destination, you can recognize your own ongoing efforts and then reinforce that they are worthy of celebrating, that you are worthy of celebrating. It is super important not to miss these moments. Super important not to miss these moments. Okay, 45 minutes. Let me tell you what, we did that, okay? As we are bringing this live stream to a close, y'all, I want to thank you for tuning in to learn how to go from legacy leader, cultivating a mindset for monumental impact. Like, listen, this is what we are doing all year long, every day, all day. We are legacy leaders, the first of our kind, and we are cultivating a mindset of monumental impact. I thank you again for tuning in. If you have gotten value from this episode or any previous episodes, and you are ready to get the help you need to succeed, please do yourself a favor. I want to invite you to connect with me again on a holistic strategy session. It's an info session that I have every Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's an info session that gives you a chance to learn more about my 30-day hybrid group coaching program, the Legacy Leaders Lab. Say that 3 times fast, right? I got so many legacy leaders and all the things that starts with an L. But Legacy Leaders Lab, 30-day hybrid group coaching program, and you'll learn more about that if you show up to, again, book yourself a session first to show up to that info session. All right. And in this program, you're going to be, just to give you a quick snapshot of what that looks like, it's 4 weeks with me, learning from me live and in the flesh, right, for 4 weeks straight. That includes coaching, curriculum, some critiquing. Okay, we could talk more about that. I am allowing the first 11 founding members who joined this program to take advantage of the absolute lowest price I will ever offer this program for. I promise you. Okay. I'm not saying that for FOMO. I'm saying that for real. Okay. It is the lowest price it will ever be. And then once a small window of time goes by, I will be raising the prices, and, you know, then it just goes up from there. So the price is the price at that time, but it is going to be at its lowest as of now. Okay. So make sure that if you want in, you want to become a founding member, and you want it at the lowest price, and you're ready for this 30-day group coaching program, then do be sure to come learn more about it. Or if you're like, no, I'm ready, I don't need no more info session, you know, with a group, I can just hop on a call with you, get a couple more questions answered, and then I'm ready to go, then that's great. Go ahead and get on a one-on-one with me for a discovery call or clarity session. It is complimentary, okay, for that 50 or so minutes we spend together. It is not a coaching call, although I do tend to naturally do answer some questions. It may feel like you're being coached, but I am not offering coaching services during that hour. Let's be clear, okay? It is for you to, again, come get some questions answered, for me to learn more about you, how I can best support you and where you are, meet you where you are, and then let's talk about if that is the best fit program for you, or if I have something else in place that would be a better fit. But either way, you can hop on a call with me, and that is a one-on-one, and Vanessa has dropped that link here. Vanessa, can you drop the link to my one-on-one? There you go. Thank you. That's the other one. It should be the one, I think it says discovery call session or clarity call. I can't remember how we named it. If you can't find it, that's okay. We'll be sure to drop it in the link after the fact, not a biggie. All right, so let's see. Yep, that's the one. Thank you. And so I'm trying to think what else I wanted to tell you. Do I have any announcements? I don't think so. Anyways, in this free session, the holistic strategy session, the complimentary call, any of those, I book up fast. I don't have a lot of them. I don't even do a lot of one-on-ones anymore, to be quite honest, because that is another burnout if I do too many. But I do offer those. There are people who ask if I still do VIP days or work with clients one-on-one. I prefer to do group coaching. However, I do take, on a rare occasion, every purple moon, I do take on one-on-one clients. I do some virtual VIP days, not so much in person unless you are local. If I'm on the East Coast, depending on, where I'm at, I'm not going to like necessarily do a VIP day and fly to you. But if you are where I am, we can perhaps do one in person. Otherwise, it would be virtual. So if you want to talk to me more about that, we can talk about that as well. If you want to book me to speak at any of your engagements or events, or if you want to collaborate with me at all, feel free to DM me on any of my social media platforms. Actually, it's better to reach me on IG. Facebook, sure, but usually IG is probably best at One Shared Vision. Okay, that's where I am on all social media platforms. If you'd like to follow me, please do follow me there. One spelled out, ONE, Shared Vision, just like you see here in IG. And Vanessa has that up on the banner here for the rest of you. Okay. And then if you like this episode, be sure to go, and you want to go deeper in building your legacy, right? Then I want you to grab my copy. It's a free PDF titled The Legacy Ladder Framework. And that will definitely help to line things up for you and help you start elevating right now. Like literally, it's really for it to be free, I actually should be charging for it, okay, to be real honest. But I'm giving it to you for free right now, no cost to you. So go ahead and grab your copy of the Legacy Ladder Framework, and it will break down my framework. It doesn't go in depth about what I will go into depth with you about when we actually do the 30-day program, or if you join my 12-month my larger program, the Ultimate Virtual Academy. However, it is enough to get you started and to get you some good results from the get-go, just right out the gate. Okay. So that's all I have for now. We kept it under an hour, so I have enough time to prepare for my 12 o'clock. And we'll do this again next week, same time, same place. Okay. Thank you so much again for joining. I'm going to tune out while you tune in. As always, and until next time, ladies, I am wholeheartedly in this journey with you. Bye for now. For now, I'm going to go ahead and end everybody. And first over here, see you later.